What's up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia and welcome to another episode of Tester Tuesday. Tester Tuesday is a weekly series of Scentsy review videos. I get to warm scents and let you know what I think about them, how they do in my home. That hopefully will help you guys decide if a scent's going to work for you or not. The best part is you guys tell me which scent you want to hear about by voting at the end of the video. So last week we had 341 votes. So let's talk about our first place scent for the week. It is Sunburst Bamboo, which is the prettiest light green colored wax. This one had 33% of the vote, so it was a clear winner. It's about medium or just shy of medium on cold sniff for intensity. And Scentsy has put this in the fresh category, and it's the scent of the month for February. So the scent description is lush sunburst bamboo and crisp cucumber under a sheer canopy of peony offer a tranquil escape. So I often make fun of Scentsy for putting very long-winded scent descriptions, but they include a few good words. They include the word lush, tranquil, escape, sheer, and those are all great descriptors. To me, I describe this as a very natural, clean, green, sweet, airy, and dewy spa-like scent. You definitely get cucumber. You get a little bit of melon, but it's not like that, 80s or 90s cucumber melon. A little bit of those florals creep in. You get a little bit of the base notes. I think of the blonde woods that maybe creep in and soften everything. And it's just very, very well done. One of the words in the name is bamboo. So I looked up bamboo and I said, what does bamboo smell like? And they said it smells like a generic green leaf and it's a bit wood-like. And another place said it's soft, clean, and floral, but it's rather wispy. So I think those are great descriptors. Now we do have a video out from my Scent of the Month video, which has top, mids, and base notes. And I encourage you to go back and look through that if you want to hear about those notes. But in general, I do find it's a very nice derivative of another scent that we've talked a lot about in the past. So a lot of people have said this reminds them of white tea and cactus. So I would definitely agree, but white tea and cactus for me and a few others has a strong pickly note. This does not have that. White tea and cactus is quite strong and it is fairly long lasting. This is less strong and probably a little bit less in longevity. But along those lines, also along maybe You're the One, maybe down the aisle from the Moment by Moment, even aloe water and cucumber. And I also describe it like the scent Alpine Meadow and Sweet Cucumber mixed together from the past. So let's talk about performance. So I used, I had a partial bar, so I finished this one off, and then I used up quite a bit. So I thought I did pretty well. So I put 2 cubes in my daughter's room, strength and throw was 7.5. I left it going almost 3 days. About 40 hours, we did have a little talk about the turning off the warmers. I'm definitely going to have to do the sticky note suggestion like a viewer said. All right, the bonus room. I put 1.5 cubes in one warmer, a 25-watt ceramic, and 1.5 cubes in a 40-watt Edison. So I used 3 cubes in total, and I left it going 2 days, 22 hours. It was about 7.5 there. It was very nice and pleasant. I think it died off a little bit faster because it was only 1.5 cubes in each warmer instead of 2 that was in my daughter's room. And I took 6 cubes and put it in my open layout because I had lots of wax. And strength and throw there was about 7 out of 10. And I started it very early one morning, about 6:30 in the morning. And usually I find it's at about its intensity about 2 hours into the game. But I could smell this like about 30 minutes after I put it in, which is really nice. So I put it in. I went to my star director's house for our world tour show or whatever you call it. I had to go pick up Ryan. I came back. I could still smell it. It was about half the intensity that it started off. So it started off at 7. It was maybe 3 or 4 at around supper time. What sometimes I do is rather than change scents out at night, I like to start fresh the next day. So sometimes I just take those scents and put it in my fluted gray warmer, which is close to the stairs. And sometimes I'll just use that as an overnight warmer and let the scent kind of die off that way. But yes, I've already said that it reminds me quite a bit of the non-pickle version of white tea and cactus. It also reminds me of Sweet Cucumber, Alpine Meadow, all those scents that I listed. If you like any of those, maybe pick this one up. And I would say definitely spring and summer. Very much spring and summer, and probably better in medium zones. Small zones, it would also do well. Larger zones, it maybe just wears off a little faster than you'd like, but it definitely does make your house smell fresh and clean and spring-like, but not overly floral, which is really nice. So will I be repurchasing Sunburst Bamboo? I think I will probably let it ride and see how it does if it comes back next year. I will be very happy if it comes back next year, but it's not one that I love enough that I want to put in my club. I'm just hoping it returns so I can get more next year. And I'm trying to be good and not purchase extra stuff. But I do really like this one. And so do a lot of people. So let's talk about our second place scent for the week. It is Paradise Punch. This is a nice, bright, orangey red colored wax. This one had 19% of the vote. Cold sniff, it's about a medium to maybe medium plus in intensity. This is a spring, summer, seasonal scent. And Scentsy puts this in the citrus category. And I always think it's in the fruity. Let me read you the scent description. It says, a medley of wild Indian orange and sunny lemon juice, acai berries, and starfruit. And I think that's how you say it, acai. This is a fruit punch variation scent. Scentsy does a lot of these type of scents. So it's kind of like a fruit punch that has a little bit more orange and maybe the tiniest bit of lemon. But to me, a lot of that wild Indian orange that differentiates it. So take a gentle fruit punch and then add in this wild Indian orange, which is a little bit more sour and intense, but still nice and pleasant. So I looked it up. It's wild Indian orange is called Citrus indica, and it's native to South Asia, especially India. And like I said, it contributes some sourness. So you've also got lemon juice. So those two things are going to give you the citrus. Acai berries, it says it adds sweetness and it's known to be an antioxidant. I've never actually smelled one of those, but it was really popular, probably like 20 years ago, I find. Starfruit I have had. It says a fresh and sour fruity note with hints of citrus and green. I remember it wasn't my favorite fruit, but I do really like the smell of it, like in some other scents. But yes, just think of this as a fruit punch scent with a bit more orange punched into it. So the bad thing is, and the orange almost reminds me a little bit of the mandarin and mango nectar orange. That's kind of what it reminds me of. If you can picture that added to it like a generic mild fruit punch, okay? So here's my testers. I have 2 in the bottom that I haven't used, but I actually had to throw away 9 testers. So I've said in the past, sometimes you'll get the odd tester that will go bad, and you're thinking to yourself, well, how do you know it went bad, Patricia? Because obviously I know what the scent smells like. I have a bar. It smells very tangy and fruit punch-like with a lot of orange citrus. And then when you smell a bar, it's almost like the difference of when you smell milk and sour milk, you can tell. So when you smell the testers and they've gone bad, there was 9 of them. 9 of them. So this is what I used. I still have 2 left on the bottom. So I think what it is things that have a lot of citrus sometimes can go bad. I went through every tester that I had, and I threw away probably about 100. Some of them I just couldn't smell very well. Not that they've gone bad, but they were so light. And some of these are from probably like, about 10 years old, because a superstar director gave me a whole bunch. But I threw away a bunch of lemon verbena. They had gone bad. Some of them just turned off. So anyway, that's a lesson for you. I do not know if the bars will go as fast as the testers, but if you have bars that are heavy in citrus, I encourage you to pull those out and smell them, and don't hoard them. Melt them, and those would be great ones to put in your club. Anyway, I don't want to go too long about that, but I just want to give you a heads up public service announcement. All right, so let's talk about performance. I used to find this one really, really strong, and I think in my scent experience, my nose has become more accustomed to strong scents. I don't find this one as strong as I used to. In fact, years ago, I did a video about open concept worthy scents, and I said this was in there, but I might change my mind on that. So let me tell you where I put this. So I put some testers in my entranceway. I just equivalent of 1 big party tester is a little bit more than a cube. Strength to throw is about 7 out of 10. I left it go in 1.5 days. I think 23 hours. All right, Ryan's room. I put in about the equivalent of 2 cubes worth. Strength was about 8 out of 10 there. It did very well for the first 13 hours, and then I tried it again, and it did very poorly after that. So I would say it was probably like maybe a 13 to 15 hour scent for 2 cubes, about 1 to 1.5 days. And I put 6 cubes equivalent in my open layout in amongst 4 warmers. Strength and throw there was probably maybe about 6 out of 10. And I just found it faded really fast. So I probably would not warm this in my open layout. There's better open layout scents that are kind of like this, such as Cherry Limeade, Rainbow Sherbet, Rock and Ruby Raz. Those are a little bit more strong. This is probably a medium zone best scent for me. And definitely spring and summer appropriate. Now you can warm it in bigger zones. It just might not perform as well. You can warm it in smaller zones. You might find it stronger. But medium zones, I think this is where it's going to thrive. So I have a note here that Scentsy is always doing a new variety of a fruit punch variation. So would I be repurchasing this particular one? No, I have this one. If you see me purchase it in the future, it's either because my daughter likes it or a customer local to me orders it. All right, now we are moving to the portion of the video where I'm going to draw 6 scents from the box, and you guys are going to vote for 2 different scents by early Wednesday morning down in the YouTube comment section. If you can't vote on YouTube, you can find me on Instagram, and you can put your 2 votes under my Tester Tuesday post. Just search Patricia Gates. It's G-A-E-T-Z if you can't find me on Instagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make one of the bars scent of the month. We'll make that the last bar. I'm actually going to draw a bunch of old scents because I want to use them up. Just like I told you guys, use up your old stuff. So we're going to draw some old stuff. So let's see. Scent number 1, Old Testers of Sharp Dressed Man. I put all my old bars in one little bag, so I'm kind of sticking to that for the most part. Scent number 2, Red Candy Apple. Scent number 3, Bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. The scent is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Okay. Scent number 4, Amber Road. Scent number 5, Guava Honey. And scent number 6 will be, to keep you guys interested in current stuff, is Hey Tiger Lily. Scent of the month for March. Now, I still don't have my Big Hero 6 or my Harry Potter as I film this video. I did order it when they came out. I am still waiting. I think I'm going to be the last person in North America to get my items, but when I get them, you guys will hear about them. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you guys have a great day in your neck of the woods. Take care. Don't forget to vote, and I'll see you guys in the next video.